What's up? Welcome back to the Burnout Bobby YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going over the Linkifun motorcycle CarPlay. I've done something like this in the past. It was a little bit different of a model. This is one of their newer models. It has the CarPlay, Android Auto touchscreen, and then it also has Bluetooth, so it can sync up to your headset, your phone. It also has front and rear cameras on this one, which the other one didn't have, and then I believe it still has the tire pressure sensors as well. So we're going to go ahead and put this one on. It's called the M23 if you're looking for the model. This is the M23 CarPlay unit. I really like how this one looks. I like the features that this has, so let's see how it looks on the bike and get this all wired up. So we'll do the full install right now. So inside the box you have the display unit here. Has 3 plugs coming out the back, so it looks like a pretty simple install. Has a little protective screen on the front here. I'll go ahead and remove that once we get it installed. It has the instruction manual. It shows you all the interfaces, the apps, if you have CarPlay or Android, what you need to do. I have the USB drive with the storage. And right here is the Sony camera, one of them. I believe there's 2. Here is the handlebar module. So this allows you to change over everything, so you don't have to take your hand off of the left grip necessarily and start using the touch screen. Makes it a little bit more user-friendly while you're riding. This is your GPS unit. This is the other camera. This is definitely for the backup camera because there's a lot more wire in this one as opposed to the front-facing camera. And then you have a little splitter. It says power and control. You get a little Phillips head screwdriver. You get another splitter for DVR-R, DVR-F. So I'm guessing DVR-F is for the front camera and R is for the rear. And that splitter goes right up to the main unit there. You have a handlebar mount. And this one's kind of like the ram mount, so it just goes right onto your handlebar, clamps on, and then this slides in and out. So if you were to pull up to somewhere, you could go ahead and remove this from it so that you don't have to worry about somebody stealing it. Then you have your tire pressure sensors. And lastly is the main harness. This is like your fuse box, power and ground that goes to the battery. And that's it. So we'll go ahead and take the battery box cover off and start putting all this together. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put the handlebar clamp on so I can see where I'm going to have this placed, because then it'll make sense where I'm running the wires. They give you the Allen key for it. So you're just going to go ahead and loosen up these, put it around. There's 2 different inserts. There's a smaller one and a little bit larger one. I'm guessing for 7/8 and 1-inch bars. This looks to be more of the 7/8, so I'm going to leave that in there. Go ahead and put it on the handlebar now, and then when we're done, I'll go ahead and come back. Also, I'll note that to tighten this up, it's not like your standard tool, so somebody can't walk up off the street. They have a tool here that is grooved, kind of like what you have for a lug nut tool, to tighten and loosen it. So it'd be a good thing to keep this on you. It has a loop here, so it looks like you can put it on a keychain if you really wanted to. Okay, so now I have that on there, and sat down on the bike to make sure it was the right angle for facing me. What I'm going to do is you're going to take these wires, run back, and then drop them into the battery box where everything else is going to start plugging into it. We can get the power ground, as well as set up your front camera, rear camera, and really there's not much else to it. It's power ground, front camera, rear camera. You can put on the tire pressure sensors and then turn this thing on and see how it does, right? Okay, so before I go any further, underneath the unit here are Phillips head screws, and that's where that SIM card is going to go, that little storage memory card. So we're going to go ahead and unscrew that, put the memory card in, and then button that back up. Okay, so right now I have it basically temporarily on until I figure out how I want to do the wire placement. Yellow wire is going to go to the positive of the battery, black to ground. Everything's labeled here so they make it super easy. I have the wires going over the bar like so, and then drop in. This is all going to get taped up and then loomed, so it's going to be a little bit cleaner. I put the forward-facing camera right there underneath the battery box. The rear-facing camera I have on the top of the shock right here facing back. I like that there because you get a good visual. You couldn't really fit anything under the seat. The only issue I'm having is because the way that this bike was made or built, you can't, it has like a wire tuck going through there, and everything is, the hole is like perfectly made for cables and everything like that. So I can't run that wire through there, and I would hate to just have one solo wire coming up along the side of the frame when everything else is hidden. So I got to figure that part out. The power unit, all the extra wires, everything's labeled. So you would just line up the pins to the pins, screw them in, and matches up. That's very, very simple. The left control there is on. That just goes in with 2 Allen screws, one top, one on the bottom. Has a rubber bumper pad there, but this way you can reach over, change your settings like you want. So right now, we're turning this on. Go ahead and unplug this light here so you can get a better visual. So it's going into a startup right now. Smart screen. And now we are up. So they have your music here. If you want to sync up your music, I don't have a phone attached, so I'm just going to go back to home. You have your settings, recording. You can see right now, because I have just the front camera hooked up, it's showing me everything on the front camera, and with the SD card in there is actively recording. So if anything ever happens while you're on the road, you have that being captured, which is super nice. Right here is for your tire pressure sensor. I'm going to go ahead and put those on in a minute. Like I said, music, and then you have the GPS unit, which I'll go ahead and set up in this as well. But really, really simple install. Doesn't take long at all. I think the biggest thing is if you're a neat freak with the wires, just trying to get all of that settled in. So we'll go ahead and put the tire pressure sensors on there, and then from there try to figure out what we're going to do with this rear cable. So now I have the tire pressure sensors on there. What you do is you turn on the key, and then you can sync it up, and you want the key on first so that you have power to the unit. Then you start screwing that on, and it will read Bluetooth and adjust to the gauge itself. So you'll have the tire pressure. Let me get a focus. There we go. You'll have the tire pressure sensor on there, and then for the only issue I found with this for US-based customers is this is in kilometers per hour that it reads. So the one thing I would suggest to do is if you have like your Google Maps or your like Apple Maps, you can go ahead and use that from your phone, and it should work out a little bit better. So that's the only thing that I noticed, but otherwise, this thing's great. It has your file so you can get to your videos, Google Maps, Chrome, settings, YouTube, Android out, tire pressure monitoring system, the Google Store, phone link, files, native player. So it has a lot of features on there. This is definitely a lot more advanced than the last one I had done. Right now the gauge looks really big in the screen, but it's really not that big. It's just wider, I think, compared to like what we're used to with like the Cosos. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is a lot more advanced unit than the previous one that I have done a review on. It has a lot more features. I really like the active recording with the front cam and rear cam. If something was to happen, you at least have something to cover your end, kind of like how everybody has dash cams nowadays. The link for this is going to be in the bio. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.